Real Madrid won, Juventus nil, in a game that could have gone either way on the match day where the most goals have been scored in the Champions League in history. A crazy match day in match day 3. But today we're going to talk about Real Madrid versus Juventus, what I think was the best match of the day so far. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys subscribe, like, check out the platform links down below. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Charla Football. I'm your host as always, Gerardo, and I want to talk about Real Madrid versus Juventus, a rematch of so many finals, quarterfinals, semifinals in recent history. Today was the match where Kenan Yildiz could have stepped up, Dusan Vlahovic as well. Of course, we have guys like Mbappe and Vinicius on Real Madrid who were to step up as well. Mbappe, who has been firing on all cylinders, 11 consecutive matches scoring goals. He has 15 goals, 2 assists in 11 games played. That's not even counting the Club World Cup. This was the 20th meeting between Real Madrid and Juventus, with most of the wins in favor of Madrid, now at 11 wins. Before this match, it was only 10. And then for Juventus, only 9 wins in favor for Juventus. But going into this match, Juventus had been struggling. They had not won since September. That match against Inter Milan, a 4-3 win. It had been at least almost 2 months since they last got a win. It's been draw after draw. They just lost at the weekend versus Como, an incredible performance from Nico Paz. But then today, Real Madrid 1-0, a match where it could have gone either way. Juventus played a great match. I'm not going to lie. They played a very decent match. Unfortunately for Juventus, they had to face up against one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best goalkeeper in the world, against Courtois. Courtois saved everything in net, and I think he was the best player for Real Madrid probably throughout the whole match, because those first 20-25 minutes, it was all Juventus. Juventus were not scared to play against Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. Then Real Madrid got a little bit more comfortable, got on the ball, started to create a few chances, but really nothing concrete from either team in that first half. But then the second half, that's where everything really opened up for both teams. And specifically after that corner kick, Juventus had a break. It's Vlahovic versus Eder Militao. I was actually surprised with Militao, knowing that he's been through so many injuries in the past, to be able to catch up with Dusan Vlahovic. And Vlahovic honestly should have done better. He was essentially left 1v1 versus Courtois. Courtois makes himself big, just like he knows how to do, and just saves it with his ankle. The ball bounces out. And then just moments later, Vinicius magic, of course. Inside of the box, there's not much that the defenders could do. It was McKennie, Kalulu, Gatti. 3 men were marking Vinicius, making sure he doesn't find a cross or try to get a shot. But unfortunately, Vinicius is too good. He's too technically brilliant, especially inside of the box. He was able to make something out of nothing, took the 3 players on, gets a shot on target, it hits the post, and luck was just on Madrid's side today. Luck was on Madrid's side. That ball bounces straight to Bellingham after De Gregorio had put up an amazing performance throughout the whole match. But unfortunately for them, it just falls right to Bellingham. He taps it in. It's Bellingham's first goal of the season, which is crazy to say because just 2 seasons ago, he was banging them left and right, top and center, but just hasn't been able to get many important goals. I know he had been barely coming back from injury as well. His last goal that he scored was against Pachuca in the Club World Cup in the summer, but hopefully this could be the change for Bellingham, and we can see him get more goals throughout the season. Also, he's playing in a different position. He's playing a little deeper than what normally he had been doing beforehand. The moment that changed everything, I think, was that Juventus opportunity. Because if Juventus had scored, they would have gone 1-up, and defending as an Italian team is just in their nature. Juventus probably would have been able to grind out a result because they had done well defensively throughout most of the game. And their goalkeeper was on a good one as well, making some crazy saves throughout the whole match. So I really think that opportunity, that chance that Vlahovic had, he should have taken it. And I think that's what separates him from the best strikers in the world. I'm not saying that he's a bad striker. He's a good striker, but he's more like B-tier level. He's not the A-tier level. Looking at Harry Kane, looking at Lewandowski, looking at Erling Haaland, these monsters inside of goal. Vlahovic, the one opportunity that he had, the clearest opportunity probably of the game for both teams, he should have taken that one. And that would have been the revolutionary moment for Juventus, where they could have grind out a result at the Santiago Bernabeu. But for Real Madrid, it was a respectful respectful performance. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't brilliant, but they got the job done. Essentially, what they needed to do, because I mean that's how it's been. They've been able to grind out results. I mean they've had moments of brilliance, specifically looking at Mbappe, who has been on fire, but overall the team's been clicking. Xabi Alonso's making things work with his system, with the players that he's brought in. There's not much to complain if you're a Madrid fan. They're 3 for 3 wins in the Champions League, 9 points in 6th place, right under Arsenal. And in La Liga, they're top of the table, just 2 points above Barcelona. With El Clásico coming up, this was an important win to get to boost that confidence. You know, knowing that you're playing one of the most historic teams in the world and in Italy, of course. But it's gonna shape up El Clásico very differently, especially given how Barcelona thrashed Olympiacos 6-1. They're walking in with all the confidence in the world, with all their players scoring. You know, they're scoring on all fronts versus a team like Madrid. I mean, both Mbappe and Vinicius did not score today. They had their moments too, but just couldn't capitalize. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting El Clásico this weekend. But just looking at this match today, it was a very important win, because imagine coming into the Clásico, a 0-0 draw, or even a loss versus Juventus, it would have been damaging for the confidence for these players looking at El Clásico. But all my Madrid fans, let me know what you guys think of this Real Madrid performance. I mean, are you happy with how the team played? Bellingham getting on the score sheet as well. If any Juventus fans are listening, how did you feel? Do you feel robbed? What do you feel about Dusan Vlahovic? Should he have done better? Could he have changed the game for Juventus? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to come by next week after the Champions League to talk about the best match of the day. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, check out all the platform links down below if you want to see more Champions League content like this and all other things, specifically Mexican national team or Liga MX as well. If you guys want to talk about that, make sure you guys check it out down below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.